Frame is paramount. If you're going to do well in life, if you're going to have a dominant masculine presence, if you're going to do well with women, you have to have good, strong mental frame. There's a reason why it's iron rule of Tomassi #1. Frame is everything. It's so paramount. And if once you develop a good, solid frame, like everything else tends to fall into place. A lot of the stuff I do with the fixing dead bedrooms, it's about helping guys build a strong mental frame. Well, if you get Ryan's book, Ryan describes frame as a tetrahedron, right? Which is basically a pyramid. And the pyramid has three sides, right? So you can look at a pyramid or as like a tripod. And each leg holds up your vision, right? They all lead up to your vision for what do you want? Like, what do you want in the relationship? What do you want with your career? What do you want out of life? Right. But if any of those three legs are weak, your frame's going to crumble. You're never going to reach your goals. You're never going to have the relationships you want. You're never going to have the career you want. So it's paramount to build up all three of the legs, right? And so you have your physical pillar, you have your emotional pillar, and you have your intellectual pillar. They start working out, they start going to the gym, they start working on their health, because that's one of the number one things that make you more attractive, right? If you are in a dead bedroom situation, going to the gym and working on your physical attractiveness is the number one thing you could do to help fix that situation, right? So a lot of guys go to the gym. A lot of guys start reading books, right? They get an Audible subscription, they start listening to this shit on repeat, and they start really building up their intellectual knowledge of this stuff. There's guys that can recite The Rational Male backwards and forwards, like better than me, right? So that's fine. The emotional part is the hardest part. The emotional part for guys in the space is the hardest fucking part. And a lot of that's where you're going to fail shit tests. And if you look at the betatization process, Ryan in Dread describes it as the roadmap of relationships, but it's the betatization process. It starts with frame checks, right? It starts with shit tests. And if you don't know how to handle that shit, your relationships are all going to fail eventually. And so a part of that is having some emotional durability and being more in control of your emotions and being able to see things for what they really are, right? In a shit test, it's just her way of testing your resilience as a man, to see if you're going to be the strong leader she needs in a relationship. And if you can't handle that, if you get mad at her and you lose your shit about it, or you get all butthurt and start crying about it like a little baby, and you let your emotions take control, she's not going to trust you to lead that relationship, and she's going to lose attraction for you. You understand? So that emotional part, being able to not react from emotion and be able to like handle that kind of stuff, it's essential in a relationship. Like if she's throwing a shit fit and being all bitchy and stuff like that, and then you just react by being like a fucking asshole and start yelling at her more, you're failing, right? You're not in control of your emotions. Your emotions are in control of you. If you feel like you have to argue with your wife and like you have to be right and you have, all that kind of shit in an argument, like if you are that guy, you are not in control of your emotions, and that relationship's going to fail. You understand? So having this emotional durability, it's paramount. It's the foundation of a dominant masculine presence. And so that's what AJ argues, and I agree with that. Guys, follow me on social media. The links are in the description. I'm on all the good platforms. Get my my ebook, She's Made You Weak. If you go to list.comeonmanpod.com and sign up for the email list, I'll send you some free stickers, right? This matches my mug, by the way. If you don't want stickers, just put don't want stickers in the address field, and I won't waste a stamp on you. But you do get this ebook, She's Made You Weak, which does talk about that betatization process. It does talk about how she starts off with shit tests, and how that turns into her wanting you to be more vulnerable with her, and then how she uses that against you and then starts putting you to work. And then she starts getting into her evolutionary selfishness phase. That's where she's like thinking about divorcing you or cheating on you. Right. And then she ends up just dumping your ass. Right. So that explains that whole process and how to prevent it. I call it the defense against the dark arts. She doesn't even know she's doing it. It's a subconscious process. So check that out. And then, guys, AJ's book, we're talking about essential skills of a masculine presence today. I have a book too. If you go to books.comeonmanpod.com, you can get psychology paradigm. You can also get my first book, Everything I Wish I Knew When I Was 18. I do have a new book coming out in the new year. It's called what is it? Get Her to Fuck You Again, a red pill guide to fix a dead bedroom. So that's going to come out here in the new year. I'm going to probably release that January. Well, let's see here. I like to release stuff on Fridays. So I will probably release that next week on the 3rd. The audiobook is almost done. So that's going to release a short time after that, but look for that. We'll be probably talking about that next week. And then, guys, also, a lot of you guys are making New Year's resolutions to lose some weight. All right. I have a mini course. It's only $25. It's the perfect place to start, especially if you've never worked out before. I talk about the only 4 exercises you need. You don't even need a gym membership for most of these things. The only equipment that you really need is like a pull-up bar, which are very inexpensive, or you could just, go to your local park and they usually have pull-up bars there, but which I talk about in the course. But I show you guys 2 apps that you can use to start tracking your calories and start actually making progress on losing that weight. I used to be a fat bastard. That guy in the blue shirt was me. And then I lost all that weight back in 2016, making a promise to myself. I talk about that in the course, making it a promise to yourself, and then actually developing some discipline to lose that weight. So go to fit.comeonmanpod.com. Let me play a commercial for that, and then we'll get back to the topic.
Tired of complicated diets and time-consuming workouts? Does your busy schedule leave no room for the gym? You're not alone. Thousands of men struggle with the same problem. The frustration of not seeing results can be overwhelming. But what if I told you there's an easier way? Introducing the Basic Diet and Fitness Mini Course, your no-nonsense guide to getting fit. Learn the only 4 exercises you need and master the secret of effortless weight loss with the calories in, calories out method. It's time to break free from the cycle of failure. Start your journey to a healthier, stronger you today. Sign up for the Basic Diet and Fitness Mini Course now, because every man deserves to feel confident and fit. Transform your life, one simple step at a time.
Visit fit.comeonmanpod.com and sign up today. No more excuses. No more excuses, guys. I really do make it simple for you. And honestly, I've been doing, come on, there we go. I've been doing that type of workout for the last 2 months. I've been so busy with my day job, with the coaching business, with podcasting and stuff like that, that I'm like, I don't have time to dedicate going to the gym. So what I'll do is I'll do little calisthenic workouts throughout the day. And, I'll do push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that. And then, on Tuesdays, I'll go and do pull-ups and whatever. And so I just do that a little bit throughout the day. You don't have to sit there for 30 minutes straight or an hour straight. You could actually do, a set of push-ups and then wait an hour and go back to work or whatever and do another set of push-ups. It's literally the easiest way to start getting fit and start making some progress. All right. So the next concept here is societal conditioning. So boys are conditioned from a young age to suppress emotions, equating vulnerability with weakness. I mean, how many of you guys were told, don't cry? Hey, don't cry. You're a boy. Don't cry. Don't cry. I was told that. And another thing, my mom would tell me this. She's like, never let them see you cry. Never let them see you cry. If they're hurting your feelings at school, if you get punched in the nose, never let them see you cry, because and there's a reason for that though, right? It's because other people see it as weakness, and it's not. Society basically says that men are not allowed to be weak, and so if you do show that kind of weakness, people will make fun of you more for it, right? It becomes it becomes something like an attack vector for them, So we learn very early on, we can't do that. We can't show our emotions. We can't do that sort of thing, right? You also have norms in sports, corporate settings, and military. They reinforce the suppression of emotions. It's the same reason, because it's a sign of weakness, and especially in the military, you can't show that kind of weakness, especially on the battlefield. You know what I mean? But it sort of behooves you to learn how to have a good control of that in a stressful situation. So that's why this is so hard. This is so hard for men to get under control, because it's we're told, okay, yeah, you don't bottle up your emotions. What are you supposed to do? It's like, because if this situation, showing emotions isn't helpful, right? So what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to suppress that. And it's like, no, there's ways of controlling it. There's ways of sort of rechanneling it. You know what I mean? So there's tools, and we'll get into those tools, especially over the next couple of weeks. This conditioning creates a pressure cooker effect, leading to emotional breakdowns and reactive behavior. And like I said, I used to have a really bad temper. I think this is one of the biggest reasons why my marriage failed, right? And I talk about my marriage a lot and what I learned from that experience. So a lot of people, they're like, oh, well, why would I hire you as a person to fix my dead bedroom experience? Well, because I've been there. I know exactly what you're going through. And there was a lot of stuff that I learned after the fact that I could have applied in my marriage that would have fixed all that. You know what I mean? But most people don't ever go working on themselves like that. What they do is they think, oh, she's the problem. And then they go and they get in their next relationship, and then they find themselves in the same situation in the next relationship. I did that too. Right. That's why I talk about red pill chick, because that was my real red pilling. It wasn't the divorce from my wife. It was after I got done with my relationship with red pill chick that I realized I was the common denominator, and I had to learn what I needed, the skills I needed to have a successful relationship. So like that sort of thing doesn't ever happen again. And so now I'm trying to help guys prevent that kind of shit from happening.
New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe now.